morning, guys. It is a Saturday morning. It is it's not morning anymore because it's 12:30. Last time I looked at the clock, I think it was 11. I thought it still was somewhere around there. Apparently not. I had a pretty rough morning. And I've been talking about this several days now. I do have the PMS, which has to do with my I don't have estrogen, but I do have progesterone for some reason, and that is what kind of kicks me into PMS. So do have that feeling rotten and not feeling good about myself. Have all that. I'm feeling that I'm kind of stressed to a point that isn't healthy, due to not having a job and having to try to do all the tests and everything. And I'm thinking a lot about things I want to do here and up and down, and like it would be awesome to be able to like do card making or crafting and all of that for a living, but I lately have been seeing more and more posts about how hard it is to, like, money wise, how hard it is, and feeling like worrying about that my dreams are not obtainable due to economic issues and stuff like that. So I have a lot of those things running around in my head, and that causes then, in their case, the hormones together with this migraines. So today I'm sitting with this heat pad again because yesterday I had 2 of those light things. Still worked out. I still had a pretty good day. I did the test and I'm spending a little time here and there still going in, cleaning up the code a little bit, thinking about adding a little bit more things. But what I feel very much comfortable is that the code as it is right now, it's finished, it's done, it's working. So I can just turn this in as my test and it would be okay. There's a whole bunch of like, if you have time, you can do all of these, and it might be something I add on, but we'll see. I think I'm going to zip this down as it is so that I have it saved, because I'm not using a version handling system right now. That would be a good way to version handle it. Just zip it away, and next. It would be better to have a version handling system, but I don't. So I'm not going to work with it right now. So, but yeah, but I made a card. I started a card the day before yesterday, and today I finished it. I'm doing a lot of pencil coloring right now, which is a lot of fun. It's a lot of figuring things out, figuring how color work. I work a lot on colored cardstock, and your pencil will work very different on colored cardstock just because they are opaque. They will lighten up things and stuff. The way you don't think about it when you work on a white cardstock. So that is a lot of fun. And I finished them off. The problem with having a creative work for me is when I do come into these stress related slumps, as it is so connected to my creativity flow is so connected to my mental health. I get into the point of just feeling like this is not good quality products. This is not a good thing that I'm doing, and I can't trust myself when I have these attacks. I can't trust myself that it is it is that I'm actually not making a good card, or that it is just the hormones making me think that I'm not doing a great card. So that's kind of tough, but I'm thinking about actually making one more card, so I have 3 cards because I do need more videos for that company. And then when that card is done, to photograph all of them, put the cards up into the design team group and kind of say, hey girls, I'm struggling right now, and would you could you tell me which one you would prefer to have as the official one and what you think about the other ones, basically. And I think that's one of the things you get from being a design team. I rarely use it, but it is a thing you can get from being a design team, is that you can get constructive criticism on your cards in a way that is harder to get in a bigger forum or so. And also, we who are design team members are usually people who are very invested both in the company but also as a crafter, and therefore you get a whole other kind of constructive criticism than if you would put it out in the bigger forums also. So yeah. But I spent the morning doing that, doing a little bit of Python for Christopher. He's doing the most of it himself, but a little here and there. And that has been my morning. So, good morning, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I sort of took the day off. I did a little bit of coding this morning, and then I picked together all the craft stuff and stuff on my table and wrote some lists so that I have some paper to go off when I'm doing the kind of lists with all the materials on my blog. And then I went to bed because I was feeling really icky and I didn't know what to do, and then I got up after like 5 minutes and I played some Zelda, and I have been having like a super duper note day today. I mean a super duper one. And usually one of the few things that works is cross stitching when I have those days. So I have split my day on cross stitching and on sketching. So those are the 2 things I've done today. The sketching was actually done in my computer in Photoshop with my little pen thingy. And I kind of like both of the ones that I've done. So let's see if I can open... okay, I'm at the wrong tab. Open recent. There. So, here's the first one that I made, and I heard today that you're, as an artist, not supposed to tell what you have done wrong, but I've done a lot of things wrong here. Things are a bit crooked and stuff, but that's the first one I made, which I actually really like. And then... Hope I didn't scare you now. I'm making a grumpy child, basically. And the top, so up here is just, I have blocked out the hair color and I've blocked out the skin, mostly because I needed to have something. I couldn't just not have a hair. So I'm working on that. And I'm hoping to actually make this piece a little bit more rendered than the before piece. The before piece, I basically like, okay, it's rendered. It's not rendered, but it's just a sketch, and I'm not gonna work anymore with it because it had some really wrong proportions and stuff that I really liked how it looked, but there were so many things that I wanted to change to it. So basically, it would have been a whole other picture. So I decided that, well, that is the one, that is how it is, and now I'm going on. And then I realized one of the things, I was watching a YouTube video from Hello Alice, I think it was. She was doing a digital design, and she was talking a lot about a lot of different things. One being that as a designer, you shouldn't point out your own flaws. Instead, if someone points the flaws out to you, you could answer back like, yeah, I kind of saw that, but do you have any tips on how to fix it? She had a lot of good tips about how to, in a good way, handle criticism, like real criticism, not hate, but criticism. But yeah, so I was watching that, and she had the girl that she was coloring, I think she sat something like this or so. She had an expression, she had an emotion in the face, and I wanted to try that. So that is my first try of making an angry face. But yeah, we'll see. It's not done in any sort of way, and it might not ever be done. I have a lot of half-done sketches lying around, and part of it is because I have been in a very progressive period of time when I've learned a lot about sketching and about doing stuff, that kind of stuff, which means that images that I sketched a month ago are leagues away or worse than what I'm doing now, and I might revisit the ideas that I was doing then. Some of them is like this is with this I want to do, but right now I don't have the like knowledge to do it. But that I've tried, but like, yeah, I can't do this yet. But most of it is just kind of plain sketches that doesn't really bring anything. And I think this is going to bring something. So I'm hoping that I can kind of continue with it. I have a top sketch on it that I have kind of lowered the opacity on, and I'm going to continue. One of the things I'm doing is certain parts where I really don't want the sketch at all to be seen. I have made a copy of my full sketch, and then I'm erasing off pieces all the time. And I might actually end up erasing the whole sketch, the copy of the sketch totally, and just add rendered parts of it, but we'll see. It's been fun though. It's been a lot of fun. I finished one of the Christmas ornaments, and now I have 2 of the same ornaments, and I started with the third. While after dinner, after we had food, we kind of stuck in front of the TV. And then around 9, I think, I felt like, no more TV. Sat down. So I've actually just been doing this for... Yeah, I started it before we went to dinner, so I've done a little bit longer. But not that long, maybe an hour and a half to that stage, which I'm pretty happy about, actually. So yeah. Well, I am going to head to bed now though, but good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Bye!